That's perfect.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
we take a sip of this. There it is.
How much were they paying?
They would pay me $25,000 a month.
It was a twerking competition. I shit you not. And she threw that shit back.
Oh my
She threw that shit back like someone was throwing wands. We were all sat around this table.
Rushmore of early days. Endpoint TikTok. That's quite a lineup.
Are we getting trading back?
Yes. Same hairstyle, for example. Which that's the job you want to have.
I like that. I've never heard that before. I like that. And I dress in...
Yeah, I don't know what job you're on.
Day release. Unemployed. That's the job I'm looking for.
It's at night. Tesco security by day.
You know, I used to work at Tesco. You know that, don't you?
I didn't.
So I worked at Tesco for 5.5 years. And...
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Damn.
Let me move my microphone down a little bit. There we go. I started working at Tesco's in 2016.
Good year, that.
It was a good year. It was a very good year. I started working in 2016. So, wait, did I? Yeah, I did, yeah. Because I've been here for 4 years, so that would make it like a whole 10 pretty much, near enough. It was the end of 2016. And I started working at Tesco's, and on one particular Saturday afternoon, shrink and shoplifting is a major problem anywhere. It's the word for shoplifting. Oh, so you have like a shrink budget, so you can lose like $3,000 of stock every whatever period it was.
Yeah.
Based on the size of the store and the the level of income and the area you were in and things like that. I'm sure some absolute Tesco whopper would correct me on all that point there, but
well, you have like an allowance.
Exactly. You can lose X. If you lose too much, then you start having problems with upper management. But
so there's an amount you can steal before.
There is an amount of stuff you can steal. Believe it or not, though, the police don't come out if it's under £500, or they didn't for us. So, like, if you stole like 4 balls of moe and it came to $499, it wouldn't get investigated because it just wasn't worth the police time.
That's to the point where the guy working security, as soon as you get out, it's like,
honestly, like I was the security, but we didn't have an actual guard. So on that Saturday night, these guys are walking around the shop looking incredibly sus, right? I don't want to put a label on, but like these like 2 Eastern European gentlemen are walking around. And one of my colleagues alerts me to them having a reusable bag that they're just taking printer ink off the shelf and just filling this bag.
Wow.
So immediately I'm like, okay, that's not right. So I'm like, we have like a call out we used to do down the microphone. Like you press a button and you do like a special code word.
Code word, yes.
And like say the code word and like managers appear.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, they're shoplifting. Anyway, our shrink budget audit was on the Sunday or Monday of that week, which was for the whole quarter. If we lost this £1,200 of printer ink, which is what it actually was worth, we'd have been well over, we'd have been in a lot of trouble. Wasn't worth it. So these guys are walking out the shop. I'm a 17-year. I'm like, no, I'm probably like 19, 20 years old. I'm in a lot better shape than I am now.
Yeah.
Less around.
Aerodynamic.
Exactly. These guys go belting out of the door with a bag of goods. And I'm like, what do we do? Are we chasing? Are we not chasing? I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm off. And like a whip it, I'm out of that door, up the hill, chasing them onto the main road. I don't remember it, but apparently a car had to like emergency brake to not hit me on the road. I ran straight across without looking. My bad. I don't know what I was going to do when I got to him.
Yeah.
Like if I actually caught them, I don't know what the fuck I was going to do. I hadn't thought that far ahead, but I caught up with them and they dropped it and carried on running. So I just stopped chasing. Like, I've got the stuff back. I don't need a fight. Like I just wanted my stuff.
Fair.
So I got the £1,200 back, and I shit you not, as I walked back into a car park with the bags, like completely out of breath, all the customers in the car park watching all this ordeal, because it's Saturday afternoon, it's rammed.
Right, yeah.
Are all like cheering and whooping. I'm like, oh, this is such aura.
Oh my God.
This is such aura.
Is crazy.
I don't remember what I got. I think I got a service award for it, saving the stock. But I did get, I won a bonus ball that night on the lottery, so it was worth it.
Wow. It's all downhill from there.
It has been. I ended up at Endpoint, and yeah, I mean, I'll say it's actually been an improvement when working at Tesco chasing shoplifters, but...
That is a main character moment, though, the whole crowd.
It's such aura.
I mean, you're so glad they didn't stop for a fight.
Right.
Like, you know what? We can take it. I don't get paid enough for this.
You never know if they're going to pull something out, like bladed article or something sharp, or I mean needles especially, like that'd be terrifying. Like that's a lifelong problem if that hits you. Like they've got something you don't want to have. Yeah, anything can happen, but you don't think. Maybe when you're more risk adverse when you're younger. You don't think about the situation you put yourself in. Yeah, situational awareness gets better when you get older.
I was having a conversation about something similar. Like today, actually, I feel like about how now I feel like I would take less risks in public or whatever. There's a line, I feel like, when you feel like I've got to get involved, but now I'm not trying to pick a fight with anyone. I'm not even necessarily trying to break up fights because you never know who's going to have something in their pocket and it's just not worth it. So like,
we went to watch Bass Hunter, the DJ in Sheffield about 4 years ago. On his way out of a club, because Bass Hunter was terrible, we left early. And there was a group of people, like a gang of people attacking this one guy. And it's an unfortunate situation of like, look, there's 3 of us. There's like 8 of them. There's this one guy who's already out of a fight. Like, I am not in a position here to help this guy out. Like, I feel awful, but like, if I put myself in a situation, anything can happen. Ooh. My mate ran in like he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the music had just hit, like, glass had broke, and he runs down the fucking streets to go and help this guy out, gets one bombed.
Exactly, you gotta pick your battles.
I know, on the spot. And I was the fucking poor muggle. I had to go pick him up in the room. Go and grab him and take him home.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matthew, yes, absolute pleasure to have you back at the Endpoint HQ. We are at the Loadout studio here at the Endpoint HQ in Sheffield. Thank you very much for taking the time out to come and chat. We've been talking about doing this for the last 10 visits you've had here.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years at least.
No, I finally got the podcast back. Finally managed to wiggle my way some budget from Pete. We ended up screwing it originally because scrapping it. Screwing it's the wrong phrase. We ended up scrapping it originally because the Loadout channel transcended into something else and it was less esports focused. We had like Retals on the show, Rocket League Pro, we had Spoit on the show, we had Joyo on the show. It's quite a list. And now it's become my own personal product and we have Pickapixel on the show. So first and foremost, thank you very much. How's things been recently?
Things have been really good. Yeah, I've been loving life.
Fatherhood treating you well?
Fatherhood is treating me very well. I think I wouldn't go into it lightly. If anyone that's listening, considering it, wouldn't go into it lightly, but once you've got the right systems in place and the right people, it's just the best thing ever.
How old is she now?
Nearly 11 months.
Oh my God.
And
time flies.
It literally has gone by in a flash. I remember she was maybe 2 or 3 weeks old. I got her on Rocket League to open a crate.
Farm China.
Yeah.
Start as you mean to continue.
See, when they're that age, they kind of don't even look like
a human. Yeah,
they just you couldn't pick them out of a crowd.
There was money bags
because I know there's some people wouldn't put their kid online or whatever. But yeah, so I remember I had her on her lap. She was actually not supposed to be in the video. I didn't pick her up, from the hospital. I'm like, right, get to work. But I was sort of watching her whilst I was recording. She started crying, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring her in, get a little like limp little hand on the controller, and it was a sweet moment. She's probably gonna be so embarrassed.
I was watching this back when she gets older. What's her name again?
Olivia.
If you ever see this in like 10 years time when you have conscientious memory, here we are in 2026 talking about you opening Rocket League crates. I thought you meant she was crying at your video.
No,
I mean that's one way to audience feedback is when they go break into tears.
I did add a little caption that said, "Daddy, your luck is terrible." Hence, she came in to try and fix it. But yeah,
that's so sweet.
It was, and she's so perfect.
So I've got a question for you. Are we getting drops back?
Drops, they're coming back.
Not drops. All right, I'm going to say that again for the clickbait. I can't even. It wasn't drops. It was trading.
Lay it on me.
That's it. Drops. We'll come back to drops actually because drops were a whole other story for last week. But here's the clip. Here's the short form clip that everyone's going to see, and hopefully this is the money maker.
Yes.
Pixel, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Are we getting trading back?
Yes. Okay,
and you hear that? That's the sound of a cease and desist.
Okay, I mean it's funny actually because I actually have a bit of a running joke as well with my community because if you go into Rocket League, anyone watching can do this. If you go to settings and view the credits of the game, my name's in there.
Really?
Yeah, so Matt Barrett is in the credits. It's just not me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
so I've made a joke once.
Yeah.
I'm in the credits, and people have accused me of being like a plant.
Insider.
Yeah,
Rocket League insider.
if I'd get a lucky crate opening, there'd be comments saying, "You guys know this guy's a developer, right?" But then sometimes I'd lean into it. I'd be like, "Well, just check the credits, say nothing else," and then they're like, "Oh my god, there he is!" But
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
yeah, so I don't even know how I came across that, to be honest, because I can't imagine me in my free time going to read the credits, you know. But I personally, with regards to trading, I would love it to come back, but I think plain and simple, for the reasons they took it out, it's not gonna, you know.
What has the impact been on the overall direction of your content when they took that away? Because obviously when I first met you, and we'll come on to that at some point this evening, your reputation on YouTube on the Rocket League account was mostly around trade ups and crate reveals and things like that.
Yeah.
They take that mechanic away and you're left to pivot your main income stream as a content creator. How have you found it? What has been the decision process, and where has the trajectory, if I can speak, taken you in terms of finding a new content concept, I suppose?
Yeah, I think when I first heard that it was getting taken out of the game, it was so out of left field. A lot of people have asked me, you know, were you sad? Were you angry? I didn't really feel any emotion other than disbelief, because to me, it just made no sense. If we're thinking of Rocket League as a whole, like on its own, forgetting Fortnite and Epic Games and their involvement or whatever, removing trading makes zero sense. But then when you think Epic Games want to make money, and if they take out your ability to get it from your friend, you have to buy it. So I get it, but yeah, it meant that overnight, in like an unprecedented kind of way, everything I used to do was gone.
Taken away.
Yeah.
Explain trading on Rocket League to me as like a 5-year-old, because I don't understand. I understand Counter-Strike and the Counter-Strike skin market and all of the controversy around that 2016 and 2015, 14, when you could use the skins to gamble. Explain the Rocket League ecosystem, because I don't get it.
Okay, so initially at the very start of the game, you had very few items, and then they decided to release crates and keys. Back then, they were like, yeah, let's go gambling. And it was awesome.
So you get a crate and purchase the key.
So you have a crate that's locked, and you purchase a key and you open it, and it is completely luck based. They would tell you the breakdown as to the likelihood of you getting something. So black market was 1%, exotic 4%, import 12%, and so on. So it was transparent in that sense, but it was never guaranteed what you could get. Although I don't recall you ever having to be over 18, so I think there was a kind of blurred lines there or whatever.
In this game, isn't it?
It is a kid's game, and there's no adult, like, you know, you must be 18, you need a VPN to, you know, to do this stuff. You need a digital ID and all that stuff. But
VPN? Segue.
I think ignore VPN. Sponsoring this video. So essentially they would release these crates, and in them would be like these flagship items, black markets, exotics and stuff like that. And the only way to get them, if I remember rightly, all the way back then, was being lucky enough to get them in a crate. And if you couldn't get them from a crate, you'd have to get them from someone else, someone who's got them in a crate. Or if I didn't get it in a crate, the person who traded it to me did. Someone at some point got it from a crate, and then it was in the ecosystem and could be traded from player to player. You could have 10 owners of the same item. So basically, I might get the rarest item in the game, and then someone can buy keys, and instead of opening crates, you can also trade the keys to other people to get items as well. And you could also, or people in the past have, you know, sold in-game items and keys for actual money, which is like allowed or whatever.
It's definitely a TOS guideline breach there by the sounds of it, just off the top of my head.
Yeah, so that's why I think a lot of people, because it was no secret that, for example, Alpha Boost is the most expensive item in the game, because it got given to those that played the alpha version, and that was it. So I'm not even in that category.
Is that super powered battle cars, or is that
not that alpha?
Okay, not that old.
It was like I think the initial console version, if I remember correctly, from 2015.
Yeah.
People would get Alpha Boost like it was nothing, and back then it was a cool boost, sure, but it didn't have like the legacy that it does.
Yeah.
And people would and of our chest.
I really hope the microphone can't hear this dodgy chair.
You'll have to sit really still. People would sell their accounts for money. So that's why items, I think it was so exciting to get a good item, because in theory, you could trade it away. In my eyes, if I got a good item, I could trade it for, say, 50 keys, and that right there's a video, because I could open 50 crates.
Yeah.
So it was like one good video funded the next, and it keeps growing and growing like that.
You had your own little economy going on you.
Yeah, well, I actually had, so back in the day, you could make PlayStation communities, and I found this out because my one got so big that they wouldn't let any other members in. So there was 100,000 people limit. And even years after I made it, 5+ years after I made it, I went on there once when I got my old PS4 out, and there was a message every second of every hour of every day.
Oh my God.
For years. And it was like more popular than my videos ever got. It was just people in there like, I've got this and I want this. And it was a real, I called it the Rocket League Trading Empire and Black Market. And it really had this like black market vibe.
Yeah.
People like, yeah, I'll give you this if you give me that. And then they just took it all away.
You're like a Rolex dealer, but...
Yeah, it's like the facilitator of all these, you know, sometimes I hopped into because they'd be in voice parties or whatever, and I'd just hop in and not say anything. And they'd be like, this guy, he owns the server. This guy. And
all I'm hearing is 100,000 people in a group. Can we monetize that? Can we put ads in that?
Totally. Yeah, in theory back then. It might even, I'd have to open up a PS4 to find out, but it might still exist. Who knows what?
I was an Xbox guy, so
saying on there, but yeah,
no, it's funny. You should mention actually when you said Alpha Boost in 2015. I remember when Rocket League first came out, and all my friends were playing it at the time. Yeah. And I remember, my God, this cringe game. Yeah. Like, why are we playing a car football?
It's kids game.
And yeah, like, I was a COD guy, so like for me, it was the stupidest thing I'd ever heard. And we were all playing it, and like, oh, I'm champ and platinum. Probably didn't speak about that because competitive gaming wasn't what it was. But
yeah,
flash forward to what 2026, so 11 years on, and my job is practically propped up by Rocket League and the Rocket League ecosystem. Without it, neither of us would be where we are.
It's an outrageous, what that game.
We wouldn't be here right now in Sheffield if it wasn't for a fact that Rocket League came and did what it did. Yeah. But you're obviously now, as we said, the trading and the mechanic has gone out of the game. So what is your direction now? Like 2026, arenas, Pickapixel for a new era.
Pixel. That was so that was the thing. So when I've said this to many people because they ask, a lot of people are quite curious. They say, how did it affect you? People also straight up just say, how did this affect your income? And I get it. And I've been quite transparent with earnings and stuff because I think it helps to know what's possible.
Yeah.
I can look at a creator these days and get an idea. But if you don't know anything about that, you would honestly have no idea. So, it was like overnight, 80% of the videos I made, I couldn't make anymore. And my biggest sponsor basically went out of business with regards to Rocket League.
Who was the sponsor?
So, Lolga was my main sponsor for a few years. So they were a website, they still run, but with different games, but they would kind of facilitate trades for cash.
Okay. So the trading was kind of off platform.
Yeah, so you could pay them money to give you items in the game, and they'd use the trading mechanic to do that, which was also not allowed.
Okay.
And I got permanently banned on Rocket League in 2018 for that sponsorship.
Oh no.
I was one of the two biggest at the time that did it, me and Jynxzi, and they decided to make an example out of me and ban me. But it wasn't so permanent. It was permanently banned until I did what they said. So I
dropped the sponsor.
Yeah, so I had to drop the sponsor. So other creators, though, carried on those sponsors for years after and went unpunished, which was very frustrating for me. That was a big miss for me that others didn't have to suffer, but I've made my peace with that.
How much were they paying?
They offered me...
Because I know how the Counter-Strike gambling ecosystem was offering creators...
So right before trading got removed, I spoke to a company called RL Exchange, and they said based on the numbers that I did with Lolga with Rocket League items, they would pay me $25,000 a month to have their sponsored intro. on the video.
I'm watching this. I'll do it for 2.5.
I'll be so up because I can't work with these companies again, so I can be completely honest about this. So I remember Lolga, my main sort of trading sponsor, they got to a point where they said, right before trading got removed, actually, they said, well, what if we pay you $10,000 a month? And because of my ban with Rocket League, and I wanted to keep a good relationship with Epic Games, this was in actually late 2020, I turned them down, even though, thinking back, I got banned under Psyonix ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Epic Games would have been so drastic, and perhaps I could have just taken it. But I remember them telling me to try and convince me that apparently they made $80,000 from people using my code on their website.
That's massive. Good ROI.
And it was about $40,000 profit. I was like, wow, so you only pay me 10 of that? Hang on. wait.
Hold up, player.
But yeah, so first of all, and that was always a consistent form of income or whatever. So that disappeared. Trading videos, of course, disappeared. But what a lot of people didn't realize was the trading behind the scenes needed to prepare for other videos. So all of a sudden, crate opening videos became really difficult because I had to trade to get the crates. So there was no trading videos, no crate opening videos, no trade up videos, and no blind trading videos.
Yeah.
So all of that disappeared. So now I've managed to find a little way around it over the last couple of years where I can still do crate openings if people that have crates lend me their accounts.
Yeah, I've seen.
Rather than giving me the crates, they just give me their credentials. And let me tell you, people's passwords are all so bad.
I can't believe someone wouldn't change their password to something different before giving away.
Some of them do. Some of them will change their password to like Good Luck Pixel.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I do the same.
But some of them, it's like first half of the email they've used.
Yeah.
And it's some of them, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm just imagining this world where we've got Pickapixel emailing people saying, "Hey, give me your account information, banking, so."
Yeah.
Like,
and whilst you're at it, your mother's maiden name was...
Yeah, exactly. It's your national insurance number.
Yeah, well, it's one of those, because I'm not that way inclined. I've never felt awkward asking for the details like that. And when people lent me their account when trading was a thing, and that does pose a risk, because if you give someone your account, they can trade away everything. And that happened to me. I clicked a phishing link and
never click the link.
Don't answer the call. Don't click the link. Don't open the message. Just ignore it, because if it's that important, it will find you anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just about to do a massive giveaway. I'd got all this inventory and I thought, you know what? Let's make this giveaway a little bit better. I'm going to get one more flagship item for this giveaway. I go to a trading website and this guy's being a bit difficult and he sends me a link to check his price guide. And I click the link to check the price guide. And for some reason, I signed in on Steam. And then immediately, £800 worth of items gone to my account that I was just about to give away. And I know how that looks. I come on and say, guys, I know I was supposed to give you £800, but it's gone.
It's gone.
So I couldn't do that. So I had to then spend that out of my pocket to refund the giveaway, because the timing was so perfect.
It's annoying. Honestly, I'm hearing this, like price guides, black market trading, dodgy phishing emails. This sounds like another economy I'm aware of.
Yeah.
It was a very different kind of good for sale.
There were dedicated websites. There were like pricing charts, just like stocks.
Yeah.
You could click on an item and you could see its recent history.
Silk Road for Rocket League.
Yeah. It was like the early days. You could zoom out on the all-time graph. You could see a spike, decline, and sometimes items would spike because players used the item. I could use a particular car design and the item's value would actually go up.
Oh my god.
And so in theory, it is like insider trading. Yeah, if I say, look at this wheel, it's great, there was a point where the influence was so high that I'd see spikes on those. It could be any item really, and then you could, if I just hoarded all of them, made a video, and then just owned the economy.
This is sounding like I could hear like 5 shorts right now. £25,000 Pixel and doing this. Pixel had underground trading insider knowledge. Someone called the FCA. This guy's going under.
And I mean,
they must still exist though, because I don't know about Tyler Ham. I feel like Tyler will watch this video, so shout out Tyler Ham. But Tyler bought drop codes for Big Splash when they went away off TikTok the first time round, so he could carry on doing giveaways for those on his channel. But people wanted it, so he gave it to them.
Yeah.
And it was good for a little while until TikTok got a bit salty about the whole thing. So those websites must still exist.
Yeah, so you can, what Rocket League do with drops, they essentially you can buy crates in Rocket League still today. I've just never done it myself. So people have actually DM'd me before and they've said, I'm looking to buy some crates. Can you open them for me? And I'm like, this is such a win for me. You're spending money on
content.
Crates
Yeah, absolutely.
to give me the crates to open. So I was like, absolutely. So just a week or so ago, this guy DMs me on TikTok and says, I can get 1,000 crates. Is that enough? And I'm like, yeah, that's enough. So he goes to a website, and I think what happens is they farm a lot of Twitch drops. And then you can link it to your account and you get the crates. And then he gave me his account details and I've got 1,000 crate openings for free. That's all real. It's not fake. It's not modded. It's just bought.
That explains everything now. That explains why there's 80,000 new followers and bots into someone's stream, because they're just farming the drops out of the TikTok ecosystem to then do something else with them.
Yeah.
So is 1,000 drops enough? Is 1,000 grams in it?
I did see some controversy with regards to, you know, I guess the ethics of misleading your audience in terms of what you need to do. Like, and that's why, you know, I didn't put on my stream follow equals code.
You're on that side of the street. Okay.
I think so, because I don't think artificial followers gets you anything. Like, we all did sub for sub back in the day. There was some really, like, I don't even know how it worked. I remember as like a 13, 14-year-old kid, some external website, and you could sort of link your account and you just sub to a bunch of people and they'd sub to you.
A train of people.
Yeah. And no one watches, and subscribers don't really mean anything, which is why I would love to get 1 million so I can never look at the number again, because the subscribers, all that matters is community, the viewers. And I saw on my statistics that nearly 1.5 million people have subscribed. They just haven't all stuck around.
Yeah, they disappear over time. I've never done like a massive following of people on my accounts.
Neither have I.
People I watched on YouTube back in 2013 probably still. This account, this video is on, if you're watching this right now, is how many years old this year? Like 12 years old this year, something like that. No, 13 years old this year.
Wow.
And I haven't posted anything on it for so long. It just became dormant. I've always kept it. I guarantee not a single person from that original 200 odd subs is actually still actively watching this guy on YouTube.
Yeah, especially because the way they notify subscribers is different. Back in the day, it used to be about a subscription feed. It would work. And to be fair, the subscription feed on YouTube today still works. There's just no reason to click on it because you've already been shown a video you're going to like.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on subs, like the subscription feed, it's all there. And you're like, damn, I'm subscribed to them. But it's because the recommended page does what you want the sub box to do.
Recommendation page, FYP, every single version of the same algorithmic serving of content has completely shifted how we consume videos now. I don't ever click on my following on TikTok or my sub box or sub feed on YouTube now. I'm just served up whatever they think I'm going to like. And there is like a pretty strong possibility they're going to get it right. In fact, it upsets me more when like I actually do enjoy someone's content and I follow or subscribe to that person, whatever it may be, and then don't get served that content anymore because they've converted.
It's like you've got the follow, let's move on to the next thing.
So many people now that I'm following on TikTok, especially because, as you know, and people will know, hopefully, TikTok is my home and like what I know really well.
Yeah,
I'm not a YouTube expert. I wouldn't claim to be. But I know for a fact that most of the people that I will follow and engage with will disappear from all forms of my social media, which is really disappointing.
I don't want to talk about that because I actually do use the following feed quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like the For You page is so random.
Yeah.
So trying to grab you one which way or whatever. A lot of people, I think it takes a lot for me to follow someone because it's usually about something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So if I'm like,
or you're forced into it, it should work.
It's if I want to watch something that I'm specifically interested in, whether that's, you know, running content, football content, something specific that I follow someone for, I actually find the following tab to be a really enjoyable and less brain rotty feeling experience scrolling through, because you're like, I've already vetted the content. now I just get to enjoy it. So I give it a try. If you follow a lot of people that I do imagine that
I do follow people. Absolutely.
I don't care about Rocket League.
You've hit the nail on the head. I was literally about to say, I am forced into following, not forced as such because no one is putting a gun to my head, but I am forced into, can I say gun on YouTube?
I think so. Yeah,
I'm off the air on TikTok. There are so many people, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, who I follow because they're part of the Endpoint Live creator network, or I work with them or manage them. And if they send me the video to watch, or I find it scrolling through, I will like it out of respect. But you can guarantee I'm a 1 second scroll.
Really?
It depends who it is. If it's someone actually making a piece of content where I feel they've put work into it, like Rocket League on TikTok, I'm going to be completely brutally honest. Like Skittles, Levis, both make fantastic videos, and I tell people all the time, like, if you want to go and watch an example of what short form on TikTok should look like, short form anywhere in Rocket League, should look like, go and watch them. Yeah, because they really hit the nail on the head of how it should look. Jynxzi is another one. If you don't know, Jynxzi is really small still. Well, not small, he's massive, to be fair, way bigger than me. But he's still quite young and he's still learning, but he does really good videos, and he's got great potential to go further with that. I can't sit and watch a random faceless Rocket League clip. And especially when it's terrible quality as well. I've from a stream.
I've done a few like dedicated short recording sessions with Skittles and Levis before.
I've seen the videos. I've seen this. I've watched them because they're good videos.
There we go. Yeah, and no, it's the difference between using TikTok as like a clips platform versus creating actual dedicated content, structured, and they're so good at editing.
They are.
It's one thing they, like blow me out of the water in that sense. It's
a job though. That's hard. I don't know if you know them that well, but like before they were content creators, I do believe they just came through the editing route. Like they edited videos for so many different people, like huge people like Musty and Wedge. Probably a bunch more. I couldn't even name off the top of my head in Rocket League specifically. They've learnt the craft in and around it.
It's one of those as well. You've just got to do it to get better. So they came to the scene with all this editing experience, and the first few, say, TikToks or whatever that they record, like for example with Skittles, I think, because I've met him a few times in person, he's a really nice guy. You watch the content. If I know someone personally I want to watch, and you watch the early ones, like, okay, you can see there's talent there with the editing, and the on-camera persona takes a bit of time to catch up, but now his camera presence has just improved so much.
Absolutely.
You learn on the job and it makes it better. And I think I've almost done the opposite in the sense I always love being on the camera and my editing to a point to catch up a bit. And I think the way they edit is just so perfect, and it's actual meaningful content with the idea to attract.
It's something entertaining that has value to it. It made me laugh when you just said then about learning how to be on camera and then the skills coming after it. I was the same as those guys, so I actually learned the editing side, and when I joined Endpoint originally 4 years ago, I came to the table with Premiere Pro and Photoshop as skills in my novice skills in my skill set. And when I was tasked, my first task when I first joined Endpoint, as you know, was
when you had been hired.
This was when I'd just been hired. It was like, okay, we have this TikTok account. No one has ever really put any effort into it. Your key responsibility is to turn this into something that's worthwhile, that's worth the money we're paying you a year. For those of you who don't know, those of you who seem to think that Jamie, there's this misinformation going around. I am absolutely loaded. I was on £18,500 a year when I first joined Endpoint as an intern. £18,500. Let that sink in. Like, try and live off that now, you sons of bitches who think I'm loaded. But I first started, I was tasked with, and I was making these, like, we'd done all the gaming stuff, and we'd clipped you guys as our content creators, and then we had gone on to game clips of like competitive matches. None of it was really sticking. Obviously, looking back now, there's a lot of different things we could have done way better with the insight I have now, but back then it was, okay, well, we have these events, these media days, these days in my life we could be doing on camera. Why are we not filming the behind the scenes that we can show people, like, hey, this is how an esports org operates? Originally, I was walking around with my phone and I'm filming, and I'm doing like a TTS voice over the top, like electronic text to speech.
Hey guys, where's the Endpoint HQ?
It's a woman, bro. And the woman who was in every single video, like, a day in my life. So it's like American woman, like doing all voiceovers, and then it became me. And all of a sudden, I'm recording my own voiceovers, like, a day in my life working in professional esports. I'm Sloopy. I work for Endpoint.
Yeah.
And then it went on to me actually being on the camera, not being scared to put my own face in the content and show my, like, you know, become less of a employee and more of a, I hate to say it, and I'm sure Pete will love this when he watches it back, but like a sub-brand of Endpoint, like, you know, Endpoint Sloopy. Sloopy is kind of synonymous now with the brand. Has been the one who kind of shows
it's good
life.
Face to it as well.
Yeah,
you're the Endpoint concentrator behind the scenes. You're the guy. You're
the guy.
the guy. You're him.
Just a guy, pal. It's actually hilarious among people on TikTok, especially who think that I own Endpoint and not Pete and Adam. Like, they don't know Pete and Adam because, granted, like, Pete's done a little bit of content, but he's a father and he's a business owner and he's got more fish to fry than just making TikToks. But they see me as the face of a brand and think that I'm the owner. Like, yeah, sure, I built all this by 26. Yeah, I'll take that gas. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely did all of this. This is all me.
CV the people's champ.
You know what? You say that, it makes me laugh, actually. I said to you the other day, we bring you to the HQ for these media days in the same way that, like, WWE just dig up the Undertaker every 3 years to bring us to WrestleMania to sell tickets. We bring him to HQ to sell tickets, guys. This is sole purpose here is to make me money.
When did Endpoint HQ officially open? Because I know it was not fully done when we joined.
So, yeah, well, okay, like, crash course in the history of Endpoint, I suppose. 2020 COVID, they were going to sign a lease on a place, and probably, like Pete always says, the best decision he ever made was not signing that lease, because if they had signed it, they'd have signed a death warrant on the company, not been able to use the space for a year because of COVID. So fast forward to 2022, they're in the process of searching around for a HQ. You can watch Pete's old vlogs on his YouTube channel where he's looking for a space. I joined in 2022. With yourself, same month, I believe. Yeah. Back in June. Around August time, tail end of summer, it could have been before then, to be honest with you. I don't actually quite remember what month it was, but I remember meeting the CEX team. I don't want to say sex team because it sounded, but it is pronounced sex, but the CEX team at a few different venues, we were looking at potentially having as a HQ. So it was myself, Pete, Adam, and then a bunch of the guys from CEX. The reason that I was there was purely from a marketing standpoint. Let's document the whole thing. So I got a really early look at this place we're in now. This is summer of 2022. We're touring the whole facility, and bearing in mind, like, you guys are seeing right now is like, you guys can't see the rest of the set, but you've seen it in some of my videos before. Like, we have this whole room that we've built, and everything is a room. Downstairs, you've got 4 boot camp rooms. Yeah. Beforehand, it was just 2 massive horseshoes.
Yeah, there lots of wires from the ceiling.
Yeah, well, but it was all polished. It was beautiful. Like, it was a brand new, and refitted everything after the previous tenants had left.
Oh, right.
So, like, when we moved in, it was the most that's the word I'm wrong. Anesthetic is what I'm looking for. Anesthetic, like a hospital ward. Like, it's just white walls, no feeling, no emotion. Yeah, exactly. So we stripped it all back. Took maybe like 9 weeks, I think it was, expedited to build the whole place out. This media studio was originally a gym on the plans.
Really?
Yeah, we weren't going to have a media studio, which ended up being a bit of a blessing to kind of pivot that decision, I guess.
Yeah.
It made way more from having this as a media studio than we would have had it making it a gym.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, on boot camp rooms,
it's also
there's
quite small for a gym.
It would be. I mean,
space.
Yeah, I think you'd manage like a couple of treadmills and. But yeah, behind, like, people won't be able to see it again, but like all these false walls here these aren't real. Like, behind these walls are windows. So you eventually, when we move out, unless they purpose want a media studio in their own business, we're going to have to take all this MDF out and start from scratch again. But yeah, I should be okay saying it's a 10-year lease with like a 5-year break clause. I think the only way we'd move out of this place early is if we wanted to scale up to something bigger, or scale back to something smaller. But right now, I think if anything, it's going to be repurposing more space, more media, have like another podcast set, more space for green screen.
Yeah, there's that little cupboard downstairs, that little solo room that you can...
Yeah, that's true. That might become my office at some point. You never know. I get kicked out into the shoebox like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Pete got to see you listen to me waffle on, so he put me in my shoebox.
Make it soundproof.
It's
more or less there, isn't it?
I want to use it for content creation and for content creators and streamers to use. The problem is it's not heated. It's not AC'd. So in the summer it's roasting, and in the winter it's freezing, and the windows need blacking out as well. So there's no like natural light on faces, which is like the opposite of what you want in a studio space. But yeah, it's been a long old road, and we joined together.
We did.
We went down to RLCS London. Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember the first time we met? Because I do.
There's I remember what we did.
I remember what we did.
I don't remember the initial like.
So Ree, at the time, head of marketing, head of creative ops. Now Ree was away at a friend's wedding. And because she was away, the social media marketing responsibility for Endpoint being in the major had been kind of dropped on me as the intern for my first, like, okay, now you've done it, now do it on your own.
Yeah.
So Pete obviously forwarding on the conversation to me about, okay, this is what we're going to do. We've got this content creator in Rocket League called Pickapixel, like, million subscribers on YouTube. Still.
as advertised. As I've always been that guy.
Still nearly 1 million subscribers on YouTube 4 years later.
Yeah.
You're going to go and make content with him down in London. So we were staying at the Sex Apartments, which you've probably been in as well, on Tottenham Court Road.
I haven't, no.
Have you not?
No. Mm-mm.
You know what? You do not realise how lucky you are to be staying in central London, like in terms of like location, locality, like until you aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Like I stayed in Stratford. No, I didn't. I'm lying to you. I stayed in Stratford for the LEC when it was League of Legends, and you're right next to Copperbox, and you stay in central London, and you got nice, easy, convenient travel to Copperbox. Yeah. As soon as you stay like outside of the like tube routes to get to Stratford,
that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it's an absolute hellhole.
Yeah. I
stayed at I think it was like Wembley, and I went from like Wembley to Stratford, and the distance is stupidly long when you have to take 2 different tubes,
especially because I remember when I think it was another London land later on, we stayed far out, like there was no tube stop, so it was hour plus long Uber type deal,
like out of the M25.
I don't know if it was quite that far, but it was so the problem with RLCS is it would be very ideal if you could go in for a couple of hours, come out, go get some food, whatever. But with where we were staying, it was you go out for the morning, and then if you get out back, you can't go back. You can't even really come back to change for dinner and plans like that. You just have to stay out. So I'm very jealous.
You know what? On that topic right there, event managers for Rocket League, for any esport even, sorry, I think the most ridiculous thing they seem to do, I don't know if it's something to do with the venue or the actual tournament organisers, but no readmission on the entry on the wristbands when you go to the events is insane. It doesn't affect, and this is going to sound so conceited and so like egotistical, it doesn't affect us because we go on passes for creators or industry people, and we get a different experience to like the average person. And I'm super grateful because we get to go out, come back, get a coffee. We go for a separate entrance, which tends to be like round the back of the venue, but who gives a shit? I mean, the last major, the food was fucking incredible. We had an open bar as well.
I've never
dealt with us.
I've never, no.
Oh, you didn't come. It was the first time. It was so we need to change that rule. That's my point. But we went to the last Birmingham major, so last UK-based Rocket League major.
Yeah, I had missed that one.
Yeah, you just had Olivia, hadn't you?
Yeah. I was just about to. So
you were a DEFCON baby.
Championship Sunday was on my birthday.
Yeah.
The day before Rachel's waters broke.
So we'd invited you down for a major because we were doing a whole big Endpoint live thing, and it all went really well. Then I spoke to Ryan at Blast. Shout out Ryan, he's a legend. Always gives me what I need pass-wise. But we took all of our guys to the major, and we were in the bar. There was the Creator Lounge, which was downstairs. The player lounge was upstairs. We could get into both.
Yeah.
We were in the player lounge, a table just like this. It's like me, Leon B, Hoppy Ty, Hosk, Vapids, So like TikTok's finest in terms of Rocket League at the time, and we were all sat around this table.
Rushmore, Endpoint, TikTok. That's quite a lineup.
Sat at this table eating like the greatest canapes ever, and like these guys are absolutely like spunking themselves because right behind us is like Zen, Monkey Moon on the table like adjacent, and I was just, oh, for God's sake, like I've done this before now, so like I'm seasoned. Like I've been in my first major, the one at London with you, which we completely forgot to carry on that conversation. We just went on a tangent. That was with Pickapixel and that behind the scenes. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Optic jersey. I'm just like, oh, Optic. I know Optic. Scump, Nadeshot, Call of Duty. Who the fuck is Turbo Pulsar?
Yeah.
Never heard of a guy.
One of the most decorated Rocket League players of all time.
That's a clip. Clip that. Yeah. But yeah, they were sat and they were absolutely spunking. And then it got worse because we went down to the bar, the Creator Lounge, where the open bar was. And I was catching up with people I knew, like industry folk, and Skittles and Levis were in there with their client, Musty. And like these guys like Leon and that who were with me at the time, I think Ty might have been in the hotel actually, he wasn't with us, but everyone else who was with us, oh my God, when they saw Musty, they were absolutely, and I was sitting at the bar with Skit and I said, like, can you introduce him, like, so I can actually take a photo with him? So we did the intro, and there's a picture somewhere, maybe I'll throw it up if I can be bothered. The TV, like, yo Mike, throw up a picture. Like Joe Rogan.
Can you just pull that up?
Yeah, the picture of the monster with Musty, it's hilarious. Like, you don't realise how to act in that situation because you've never done it before.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's
fanboy
in a behind the scenes creator exclusive place asking for pictures. You don't, because
hate it.
In theory and maybe not in reality, but you're all on the same thing. You're all there for the similar sort of reason.
Yeah.
So, people don't go there to be hounded for pictures or whatever.
Leon B, Musty, same guy.
Exactly.
Oh, lovely. I might play it. But yeah, London. So we were on a massive tangent there. We went on like 4 different events in the space of like a minute. But we first met. It was RLCS London 2022. I just wrapped up a previous project I've been working on with esports. I got to King's Cross Station. I'm like, this is my like second time going to London in my entire life. And I'm on my own in this, and I don't know what I'm doing. Like, obviously I know how to get around. I'm not a complete Neanderthal, but I drive everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've never been a public transport guy. I went from like mum's car to my own car, and then there was never a period of needing to get buses and things like that. Yeah. Past at 17, so I've always had a car. And I get to London, and it's a complete like throwing a fish out of water. Go to a CX apartment. And it's incredible, and like we're in a central London location. I love it now. I'm so used to staying there. Like I know like Chipotle is like 4 doors down. Brett is underneath, so I get a coffee in the morning. And then Pete texts me, and I'm like, it's obviously our sisters doesn't kick off till like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm laid in bed, like wake up at 10 a.m. whatever. I'm texting Pete, and Pete made a group chat with me, you, and him on Twitter. Formerly Twitter.
I was really hard to reach back then.
You were. You had to reply sometimes. Discord is terrible.
because Discord, I accidentally opened it up to my whole community, so I have about 250,000 notifications. So my phone, before I got my newest one, couldn't open it. So that's why.
I see. So we reached out on Twitter and we said like we're gonna meet you at Hackney Wick or whatever it was. We went to that food place. I remember that food place, in fact. I was sat with, oh God, who was it? It was like Johnny Boy, maybe, and Regan. They were like casting the event. I knew they were Rocket League casters because they had like pins on the lapels.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know who they were. I was just like eating my burger at this like this food hall. They were like, hey, can we sit here? It's like, yeah, sure, I'll go for it. I'm like, sat with, again, in an environment full of people who I know now, obviously, and I've met and worked with, but no idea who they are at the time. And this foreign environment, and then I was thrown in with you, and I had no idea, like, I have no benchmark now. So I had no benchmark at the time for, like, what a content creator with such a following and such a, like, an audience would be like. Obviously now I can judge straight away from someone's content or like their personal appearances, like, how are they going to be? And I was like, is he going to be a drama queen? Is this going to be like hell on earth? Is he expecting like Steven Spielberg behind the camera?
Just like
I'm just a 22-year-old, 22-year-old with a camera trying to make it. So yeah, we got through the deep end, and we were walking around the Olympic Park, asking people of all varying ages, answer questions about Rocket League with a tiny little shit mic of ours, like with the £5 recording mics, and plug it into your phone, and it sounds like you've got a microwave running in the background.
Okay, I thought.
I know, Bailey fixed it all up in post, and we were recording away. Like, do you know what Musty Flick is? Bear in mind, she's like 85 and senile.
No, I started very specific, and I remember it's so funny every time I watch it back. It's just the last question is, have you heard of Rocket League? Do you know what I'm talking about? You're outside of Rocket League then, albeit unbeknownst to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? She's just like, no.
She's like looking at the camera like we just like took a pension off her. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Weirdly happy to talk to us, considering she had no idea what we were going on about.
I know, and especially London as well. Maybe it's just that part. Like, people always say that Stratford is a dump. And I actually think, I mean, sure, it has its areas. I've walked through them.
Yeah.
But the part that is the Olympic Park is great. I love the Cup Box is a great venue. And the area around it, bit of an arsehole to get to.
Yeah.
If you're anywhere outside of like Zone 1 and you're on the wrong side of London. But as a venue, I have fond memories. I will always look back. Only seconded by the Birmingham NEC as a venue for esports, airport, major train station.
Yeah, I love that.
Train station runs into the centre, so you can get trains to the centre of Birmingham and get a cheaper hotel if the NEC is really expensive, which I know a lot of people are doing for DreamHack this year. And then you have like the NEC itself, you have all the food places, all the bars, restaurants, casino. Yeah. It's such a vibe.
I couldn't believe that when I first went to Insomnia, the fact that you get off the train, because that's always, the onward journey is always a pain in the ass. Yeah. And I got there, I was like, well, it's down the hall. Yeah. You're going down there, and it's just right there. It's very cool.
You pull up at the train station, and then you go like over Skybridge, and you're pretty much, same with the airport as well. Yeah. If you're flying into Birmingham for anything, like the fact that the airport is literally connected to the NEC is amazing.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that venue. And you're not coming to DreamHack. Why are you not coming to DreamHack?
I will be honest, I didn't know about DreamHack.
Really?
No, I saw something, I don't know where I saw it.
That poor marketing. Might have been me.
Yesterday. I feel like I didn't know it was happening until...
DreamHack? I can try and get Rachel a pass if you can get childcare sorted out.
I can't say yes, but I can't say no.
Sign it.
Sign it. Yeah, no, I didn't know actually about that.
So yeah, so I'm going down. I was in like the second wave of announcements. I thought I'd made it. I thought, oh my god. To be fair, Jupy, shout out Jupy, the legend. She is now in charge of creators for DreamHack EFG Group, who are running it. And she has been really helpful in helping me get some of our guys involved. I've sent out an invitation to all of our top performing creators. Like, if you guys want to come to DreamHack, come along. I know Tyler's coming down. And I think it's just me and Tyler so far, because Ty is in the same position you were in last year with a major. He's got a child about to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else, it's expensive. Like, it's really expensive. I mean, I'm fortunate that I got a cheapish hotel that's not an absolute dive. I got a hotel and I cancelled it because I read reviews after I'd booked it, and I was horrified. People were saying it was like a HMO, like being in a movie Hostel. And I'm like, no, thank you. Anywhere but here.
Hotels, I don't know what it is about staying in a hotel alone that just feels unsettling. I don't know if it's the hearing people walk right by your door at all hours.
I don't like that.
See, yeah, I just not a big fan. I don't know why.
I, honest to God, do not mind at all, because I just think when I get back to my hotel room, we went to Format, and I can't remember why. It might have been the fact that Liverpool to where you're from, it's such a long journey and the train is so inconvenient. But we went to Format last year and you didn't come with us. We did Breezy and Ty.
Yeah.
For that event. Happy Time Breezy did a PA. And when we finished the event, collapsing into that travel lodge in the tighty whities with the Popeyes, like chicken burger in hand, is like closest to inner peace, I should say. I experienced a very, very a long time.
You painted a pretty good picture.
Thank you, mate. There's nothing to imagination, guys. Jynxzi, someone who, for those who don't know, I did a little bit of work with his team probably 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I remember that, actually.
Yeah. So, those who don't know, Jynxzi's manager, Jack, at the time, obviously it's changed over now, different story, but Jynxzi's manager, Jack, rung me up because he was playing as a special guest in the AMP Beta Squad charity football match at Selhurst Park, Chelsea ground. It's Chelsea's
Bridge.
Is that
Chelsea's ground?
Oh, that's Crystal Palace. Yeah. Sorry, wrong C.
Yeah.
Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace's ground. So this would have been whatever year that was. I don't know who replaced him, but he effectively, long story short, wanted like really, really high expectation, like really nice place, good internet, ability to stream.
And they said, "Here's James
set up."
Yeah, it was like
this guy. Yeah. Well, they'd worked. So SSG, he was a content creator for Space Station.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
at the time. And Jack is the COO, or still, I believe, is the COO of Space Station. So he knew straight away who he rings in the UK when he needs something. So we set him all up. Airbnb, I think it was like $2,000 a night, like $1,500 a night. The Airbnb was overlooking, what road is it? Is it Brompton Road where Harrods is? So it was like overlooking Harrods, basically. You can imagine the cost of it.
Yeah.
But it was a gig internet up and down. It was all perfect, really good to go. And then he got strep throat, so he couldn't travel against his doctor's orders. So he stayed home and we didn't do the event with him. But yeah, Jynxzi, for those of you who don't know, there's a story, but now he is back with Rocket League content.
He is.
I've not seen any of it, but I have seen him watching Ty on his stream, like Ty's TikTok clips, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he also had one of the other Endpoint guys, but I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but he had one of them cast in his games.
Right.
So he was playing against Musty, I believe it was, in a 1v1, and one of the Endpoint guys was cast in the game. What have you had any experience yet with him? Like, have you had any crossover? Are you expecting a Pickapixel?
He's reposted videos that have me in.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not, first of all, whether or not he's the one hitting repost, or if he just has a social media manager that's like engagement farm. Let's just, I don't know. So maybe he's come across my face every so often, but that's really as far as it goes. Didn't stop me using his face in my thumbnail.
Yeah, I saw that. Speaking of
a great idea,
your face, when you do those thumbnails, are you just like taking like 20 minutes just to do like 15 different...
So yeah, the majority of space on my computer is just me like. So basically, I mean, over the last year, I've started working with someone called Wider on socials for my thumbnails, and he's of the persuasion that it doesn't matter if you use the same face, and generally just a few pictures here and there works fine.
Yeah.
So I've had pretty much the same face in my thumbnails for the last year or so.
Yeah.
I've also lost weight since, and every time I see a thumbnail of mine, I'm like, oh,
looking shredded now.
Can I get a trim there? But
so ChatGPT like reduce me by 15 pounds.
Yeah, so
and it takes it from your bank.
But before that, I thought it just felt more. I mean, in the very early days, you didn't have to do polished thumbnails necessarily. You could take a literal screen grab of like a reaction.
Yeah.
So if I was opening a good crate, if anything, it being blurry showed the movement and the hype, and that worked well for a thumbnail. And then it got to the point when thumbnails got a bit more sophisticated, but still something that I could make. I thought it felt better if the picture in the thumbnail was the same me that was in the video, literally speaking. So that way there was sort of a synergy between the thumbnail and the video. Same outfit, same hairstyle, for example. Which is quite easy now. I don't...
I'm gonna piss myself. It was the way you looked at the way you said.
I don't have bad hair days anymore. It's impossible. But yeah,
I look at the bright light. It's like he's just picking in the morning to get ready.
Yeah,
I must spend 10 minutes trying to make my hair look presentable to the world.
In fairness, though, if you don't shave your head every day, you get a Velcro head. That's what it's.
Is that really like stubble?
Yeah. So if you try and put a hoodie on, it's not going to move. You get stuck. So so I keep on top of it. Daily.
Yeah, it's
Almost more effort actually, which is weird because there's no payoff.
big hat collection. You got an Endpoint hat?
I do.
I'm gonna say I want to get an Endpoint hat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just can't bother doing my hair. I just want to slap a hat on and be done with it. I don't own a single hat.
See, I think if you've got the hair, you should take advantage of it.
True. That's probably an easy thing to say when you've got no hair.
Please challenge.
Sometimes I can't be bothered, man, honestly. Also, this is completely unrelated, but as I was like talking to you, Ben, there's no air conditioning on in this room right now. Can you just confirm that the aircon unit isn't turned on?
Yeah.
Because you'd hear it on the microphones. I just felt something like rub past the back of me. Like, so creepy.
What?
Like, it felt like something just rubbed the back of my head as you were talking then. Like, I didn't freak out because I didn't want to be a weirdo, but like, I thought it was a wind. And I think to myself, hang on, there's no wind in here. There can't be. And there's nothing behind me to touch. Like, there's just the camera, which is all the way over there.
It's weird.
That's really spooky.
I just felt something on my leg. That is weird.
What, genuinely?
Genuinely.
I like, we're not, bear in mind, you can't see, camera can't see, we are not touching. There's a good, like, 2 foot between me and you right now.
Maybe it's like a little bug.
I thought, well, it could be, so that's a good point. I mean, it'd be a big bloody bug to rub the back of my head, but there's no wind. Like, if it was like a breeze coming through, it'd be like, okay, it's just a breeze, but that's spooky. That is weird.
It is weird.
It's a ghost of like podcasting saying, shut the fuck up. You guys should have you guys aren't qualified to do this.
We need to up the price of podcast equipment.
We do. You have to stop me, guys. You got to hold me back.
Some of the podcasts you see are outrageously bad. It has to be rage bait.
You've seen the don't know what it's called. It's a bunch of TikTok guys. It's some guys who are like Sparky Trade. Right. Those fucking clowns. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't give a shit. Bro, that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, it is crazy, like, what, having, like, a half-decent face and a microphone can actually get you. One of them actually runs a fairly successful business, and I don't know which one it is. So I can't I know there's one called Marco. It feels like the characters in, like, Die Hard. I know one's called Marco. I don't know what the other ones are called, but one of them runs a TikTok agency, which is in a different niche to what we do, so it's not, like, competition or anything like that. He has made a business and he's successful with it, so fair play to the guy. He obviously knows what he's doing with content because it has to be rage bait. Yeah. Like what they're saying on match, they have to have like a script. Like everyone is like on the same page. Like, guys, we are all intelligent men, right? But today we're not. We're going to dress in our best Nike tracksuits and we're going to sit here and talk about how being an electrician, Sparky Trade, is the best thing you can do, and how Dubai is a place you go when you want to network, and I beef when you want to party, or whatever the fuck they're waffling about. That isn't what I want to do. I tried to create something of actual value. I hope. If there's one person out there that gets inspired by listening to your story and what you've done with content, then fair play.
That's it. That's where, when you go to events like RLCS or whatever, and people come up to you in person, that's when you realise might have had a bit of a bigger impact than I thought. Because I think for me, I know I don't think I'll ever quite grasp how many people I reached. I know I can look at a number, but I couldn't quantify that. I couldn't put...
Well, think about it. You've got 950k on YouTube right now and another 250-ish on TikTok.
Yeah.
So we call that, between the two of them, you've got best part of like 1.2 million people. And you put all those people into... we can't put them into this room.
Nowhere small. Nowhere really.
That is like selling out Wembley Arena, what, 10 times over?
Yeah.
Like, you put all of your accumulative, I think both work there.
Yeah.
You put all your cumulative audience into Wembley Arena, you fill it out 10 times over. That's like
way more than 10.
Oh, sorry. Get your spank off the air.
Explain.
There's a clip. Pickapixel wanker. But yeah, that's a Coldplay like set of gigs right there. That's crazy work. I think about it, like for me, I know obviously I'm way smaller, like miles away, but like 3,000 odd people in a room at the same time. I'm hoping I want to finish the year on 10k on TikTok. Yeah. As like an actual genuine goal. Like I will feel like I've achieved something this year if we get 10k plus, which I know I'm a little way off still, but hopefully the type of video we're transitioning to and the kind of focus on someone actually creating behind the scenes content on this industry, from a creator management and an esports perspective, is something that people hopefully, I know I want to watch it. Like I grew up watching like, you know Optic Hex. I don't know Optic Hex.
I'm not as clued up as like OG kind of esports.
It's not even esports. Like I see, is like the fact it was trick shotting and really made Call of Duty content.
Yeah,
the in thing. It's like the early 2010s. Like COD content was in its infancy, but then like Optic and phasing people and the style of content they made, they took it from off the screen and into real life.
Yeah,
and like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for the inspiration of like Hex and Nature. That's me. Like those guys at the RLCS, surrounded by Musty, absolutely ejaculating themselves.
yeah,
Is going to be me if Hex and people are at the COD major. No one right now is booked in as of making this video to boot camp for the COD major. We're actually full with Dota teams, so it doesn't make a difference. But I'm gonna DreamHack, and DreamHack is the COD major. And I swear, when I see those people, like I'm gonna have to hold it steady, like and not be a fanboy.
It's really weird, isn't it? Because when you see someone's in person, that even if like they're just normal people or whatever, it is just a bit strange. If you've seen them online for so long, you're like, oh my god, there they are. And it's always surprising when you see someone in person. I feel like they're either like smaller than you thought, way bigger than you thought. They're never exactly how you think they are, and it's really. But then you get to know a lot of content creators, everything like that, and everyone is just normal. Yep. Some people are like, some dicks, but normal people are dicks.
Did you see the trailer? It only came out today, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of content creators with dicks, Louis Theroux is doing a documentary, docu-series, whatever it's going to be, on it's called the Manosphere. Never heard this phrase. Yeah. I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something that's like...
Red pill, baby.
Yeah. Where's your Bugatti? I'm aware of the people who make it up, but I've never heard the phrase Manosphere to sum it up. But it's like Haters Tiki Tucky. It's the only one I know from that. I don't know any other people in that video, but they are all the same type of person.
Yeah.
They're all doing the same content, and they're all like, we're here to make men feel empowered again. And then like later in the trailer, he's like, bro, I'm just here to get fucking rich, and I don't give a fuck about anybody else besides me. Yeah. Like, that is at least he's been honest. Like, that's the first time I've actually been fucking real about it. Yeah. But that kind of content, man, honestly, what it is shaped, like, how it has shaped young people is mental.
Oh, yeah. I think I could not imagine being, say, 10 years younger, being a teenager and going
hearing
it with TikTok or all the kind of content that's out there. I think
can't escape it.
I got such a good blend being born in the 90s.
Yeah.
So old. But such a good blend of technology and no technology.
Yeah.
I think it was really cool that I didn't know everyone's business. You know, you go back to school on Monday and you'd actually all talk. And,
we used to have the Game Boys in. Like, in 2014, 15, 16, we were in high school, like year 10, year 11, and we would bring our Game Boys in and we would hook them up by the sync cables.
Link cable, yeah.
And if you had them, obviously, and we'd play like Pokemon.
You ever use those link cables to, like, glitch and get duplicate?
No, I never had a Game Boy. I had a Nintendo DS when they came out, but Game Boy I wasn't really a gamer up until probably 2011. I mean, I had like a PSP and a DS before then, but bona fide gamer by definition, probably not until 2011. But yeah, like say we grew up with, like, I remember having cassettes and CDs and having VHS and DVDs. I know the kids right now watching this going, oh, listen to fucking Unk.
It's bad that it feels like, because I remember as a kid thinking how
back in my day.
But it was, and putting it, nothing was more satisfying because with a VHS, you didn't just put it in, you'd put it in like half the way, and it would do it for you. It'd be like, oh,
or the DVD as well. You put the DVD in the slot. I mean, we don't do that now because physical media is dead.
Yeah.
But like, you put the DVD in the slot and it goes, and then sometimes it wouldn't work. It'd say no disc. Take it out. Rub it on your shirt, probably scratch it the fuck up, put it back in the hole.
Different, like, different strategies online. Like, put toothpaste in the cracks.
Yeah,
like the banana in it.
Yeah, to get rid of the scratches. Yeah, of course. I'm saying.
These kids these days having to get out of toothpaste, just like
flakes isn't working. Mum, have you tried rubbing toothpaste on it?
Put it in a bag of rice.
Oh my god, yes. I remember when we were finishing school one day, and my friend who used to live around the corner from me, we went to Blockbuster with his dad. Blockbuster, I know, really. Honest to God, I know for a fact the kids are absolutely rinsing the fuck out of me watching this right now. But we went to Blockbuster as like teenagers or like young or like, early teens, 2011, 2012. and renting World at War for the Xbox 360. Like, renting World at War and like a bag of toffee popcorn. We did rent that, ate that.
Yeah, that's not that's long ago. There's no way that's happening.
And we'd sit and we played.
No one watching this thought you borrowed the Xbox. That wasn't. No one saw.
Is that your response to apology? No, I thought you were saying my popcorn fatty. We can see right through you. Yeah, we got Tommy popcorn. And we played World at War. Get through all the campaign, and then you unlock zombies at the end, and like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
To play. I don't want to say the end before the zombies, in case that's not allowed on YouTube, especially not allowed on TikTok.
Yeah.
Ends in a Z.
Parties.
Yeah, exactly. But that was like core memory. We grew up with that, and we also played out, went on bike rides, and like before, I remember I didn't have a phone at some points to like ring someone up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you might have had a phone, but I definitely didn't have any credit on it. I definitely didn't have a contract.
So you go to the ATM just to text back.
I know, or like you'd like ring a like 0800 reverse, and like you'd like ring the number up, and it'd let you charge the person you're calling to ring them. So it'd say to a person like, it's calling you, and you in that like 3 seconds, you have to say your name to the person. You'd quickly go, Mom, I'm ready to pick it up. If I tell them where you are, just use that 3 seconds to let them know where you are, when we can pick you up.
That's so good.
Oh my goodness me, from a phone box as well.
Yeah.
Like you take, you notice, my mum works in a school, right? And she always like she talks about this, or she's mentioned it once, I think, where we ask a child now, like in like year 3, year 4 of primary school,
Right.
which for anyone who's not in the UK, that is what, like seven, yeah, like 6, 7, 8 years old. And so I wasn't gonna say it, but you did, so it's okay. They're like, 7, 6, 8 years old, whatever it is. And they you ask them how to use a phone. And me and you say, how do you use a phone?
We do that.
They go,
They do that, don't they?
like palm.
Oh, they do.
Like like that, or like a palm.
Yeah.
It's like, to them, it's a flat screen.
Yeah.
We had flip phones and like phones that you pop when you opened it, like a slide down. I don't know.
I'm just like,
Do you remember what your first phone was?
it was just the classic Nokia. I don't remember the numbers. Might have been 770 something or other.
Yeah.
The classic like bricky. I got it when I was 11,
Yeah.
and you could play Snake on it.
Yeah, it is.
That was it.
I had the like same as you. Like I had a traditional brick. It was so bricky that the screen was just green and black. It didn't have colour yet.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yeah.
I had that when I was 5, but that was only on weekends. Like my mum would give me that phone on a weekend when I went to my aunt's house, so I could text my mum good night.
Oh.
All the time I'd use it, like say good night.
This is where you had to press the same
Night,
number.
mummy.
Like if you wanted to,
Yeah. You press like
you have to press EQRS.
Yeah. Hit it 4 times and like numbers and the punctuation. I'd use that phone, text my mum good night, and then that'd be the end of that. My first actual phone, I think I was a drama school kid, right?
Nice.
Shock, slay. I was a drama school kid. After I'd finished the like 5 nights of like Footloose, whatever the fuck we were doing, my mum and dad bought me a Nokia 5310 Express Music, which was one with the MP3 player attached to the side. It was almost like a Walkman. Like you'd press like dedicated buttons for music.
Yeah.
The problem was at that point in time, like music was either plug the phone in and like transfer stuff over, which I don't know how to do. About I'm 9 years old, or buy it, right? And I couldn't afford 90p a song, so it was like, okay, well I'll have to get a Bluetooth from someone else of a song to be able to actually listen to it. And then you have to rely on somebody else actually having the song you want in a decent quality form. That's not just a recording of a radio.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to Tayo Cruz Dynamite and it sounds like someone's eating it in a bag of crisps. Someone's just farting down the phone.
I mean, that's what my old gaming content used to be. I had to film the TV screen.
Yes.
And it's like, back then, it's like, oh, HD, but HD back then was 720p.
Yeah.
And now that looks awful.
I think HD, people seem to forget that like HD just refers to the size of the frame.
Yeah.
If a bit rate of a video is really fucking low, it's still gonna look like ass.
Yeah.
It still look like knife.
Yes. Oh,
It comes out in post.
yeah.
Did you have like a Dazzle? or like a HD.
Yeah, see, that was it. It was the Dazzle, the HDP VR. They were the buzzwords I would always hear. It was always American YouTubers that would be like,
"Hey man, today I'm gonna show you how to set up your Dazzle."
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to grow your YouTube gaming channel. I'm there with like 10 subs. Like, okay, what do I need? Like, you need a Dazzle.
now.
Yeah. I've watched so many. I even made a couple of those myself later down the line when I felt like I had actually good things to say about it. But yeah, they'd always say, yeah, you need an HD PVR, but obviously I didn't. So I'd have an old cam, and just set it up and film the screen. But I also, before I had a newer screen, I had one of those old screens that meant there was a bunch of stuff going over it, like anti-copyright stuff going over the screen, so you couldn't even see the gameplay.
I had a HD PVR 2. That was my first. I did Lego content when I first started on YouTube. I did stop motion. A lot of people don't know the guy that made the Duck song.
That's the first ever YouTube video I saw.
So the guy that made the Duck song, his name was Forrest Fight. He was a Lego YouTuber, and the Duck song was just something he did for fun on Paint, and it blew up.
Yeah.
He made like some really quality Lego animations back in the day. So Forrest Fight 101, that was his whole like niche originally. I did those kind of videos with Lego, and then it became like I got an Xbox 2011, started wanting to do gaming content. And I didn't have a capture card. Like I had a Easy Cap, which was like a video conversion tool. Which is
I've used my fair share of just
like bod sets up
different.
That's it. I had to explain to my dad. I'm like, I want this to do this. It's how much it costs, and he liked my pitch on it so much he bought it me. Then it wasn't good enough for the purpose. It was shite. So I needed a HD PVR. Couldn't afford a HD PVR at the time. Like 200 quid. Back in these days, getting a capture card was expensive work. They were really hard time.
Oh yeah.
Like Elgato came out with the first like consumer-friendly streaming device, like 2013, a capture device, and that was like 150 quid. Still, they were expensive. Like for the time of life. HD PVR 2, they were giving one away at the first ever LAN event I went to. It was in Sheffield. It was a Call of Duty event called EGL. So it was back when like Gataga was a Call of Duty pro. Now he's one of the biggest French content creators in the world. Now he was a COD pro at the time, playing in Sheffield at the Ponsforge Stadium, whatever it's called, Ponsforge Arena. My mum entered a competition.
Oh yeah,
it was a twerking competition. I shit you not. I hope the video isn't on the internet. I don't want to see it. I actually want to see the video again because I know it happened. My mum remembers it happening, and we spoke about it. But it's not a fever dream. Like it happened,
right?
And she went onto the stage at this gaming event, and this was a Call of Duty LAN event. So you know what COD fans are like, and she threw that shit back.
I'm like,
threw that shit back like someone was throwing wands. And they maybe did like a round of applause, like measure of who won the HD PVR. So they're like, and this person, and like this, like
you must tell me you're
this person, and they're all screaming like. And anyway, she won the HD PVR. Honestly, gave it to
my God.
Yeah, that's how I got my first. I honestly feel like that was destiny. Like that happening and that train of events leading up to it was like God's will saying you should go and make content, and I fucked it up by not like locking in hard enough.
Yeah,
I should have locked in harder. But I've locked in harder, I don't know what would have happened. So this go around now where like I'm in a position to do stuff like this, I'm not wasting it. We're gonna make it happen this time because we didn't 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 13 years ago when I sexually exploited my mother for a gaming capture.
Your mum twerked from an HD PVR.
She did. That's a clip right there. We'll clip that soon.
That's that bit.
Her mum twerked for HD PVR. That's a fucking literally. Yes.
I mean, fair play to your mum.
This is
bravo.
This video is going out unedited, so she will possibly watch the video. Maybe she makes it to this point in the clip. I'm not too sure.
No, that's nuts. That is insane.
I have one more thing to ask you before we crack on with the rest of the evening because it's getting a little bit late. I want to know from your perspective, because this is very much a channel and a personality in myself, which is all about helping other creators grow and educating them on behind the scenes and all the things we do as employees in this industry effectively.
Yes.
What are your tips for growth?
I would say to anyone that wants to grow making content, I think you have to, first of all, I think when you start, you have to ignore growth. because I think if you've never made a YouTube video or a stream or anything like that, this is going to sound harsh, but you don't deserve what you want yet. If you want to be a content creator, you need to have the skills to make engaging content. So what you should do, first of all, it's a bit like trial and error, but there's no error because you're just learning along the way. So just make the video, even if it's private, even if no one sees it. Because I think a lot of people that do YouTube for a job, myself included, they made videos before they knew about YouTube just because they liked it. So I think just make stuff. And if you enjoy it, you're going to keep making stuff. You keep getting better. We already spoke about people that have, improved their content over the years and everything like that. Like yourself, for example, you started out with the little lady voice. And then...
subscribe for more.
Yeah, and look at you now in the hot seat. So,
something along those lines. I mean,
yeah. I think you just got to keep at it. If it's something you really, really want, it's not going to be handed to you. I think there's elements of luck involved, but I think you can make your own luck by how much effort you put into it. So just don't quit. And that's what I would say to myself back then. I haven't quit, and here I am. And it's never too late to start, because there were people in 2016, I started out making Minecraft videos. They said, oh, it's oversaturated, it's this, it's that. But there are people saying that 2026, it's oversaturated. That's 10 years later. So in 2036...
it's got even more saturated.
It's going to be oversaturated. But that doesn't matter, because if you make good content, then you will grow. You just will.
There was a stat, and I can't remember where it came from originally, but it basically said something along the lines of, if you have more than 2 or 3 viewers concurrently on Twitch, that you are in the top % of content creators. It might have been top 1%, honestly.
Wow.
It's a major achievement to have more than 1 person or 0 people start watching your content in one given time. And I think, like you said, when I'm saturation, I personally, the content creator market right now, across the board, super saturated. A barrier to entry. I want to say this right now on TikTok Live. The barrier for entry on TikTok Live is way too low.
Yeah.
It needs to be way higher. There needs to be a massive cull of the low quality underage creators.
Yeah.
I think that is the worst of the platforms right now. YouTube Shorts is quality. YouTube as a whole has always been quality, but YouTube Shorts is quality. So, kiss it, love it, respect it. It's always been quality, but Instagram is memes and meme culture, and it's less serious, it's fun, it's daily, it's photos, it's mainly things on my feed are mainly just throwaway content. TikTok is just a breeding ground of shite sometimes.
Yeah.
And I work in a live space. I work in live space specifically, so I'm talking mainly about live here. But when you go onto live and you see people who are the NPC streams, back when they were a thing, holy shit! Thanks for the roses, so sweet. Ice cream, so good. That Spider-Man guy, the fact he made a living off of doing that, I mean, it's there no shame.
It's mad.
I mean, in the gaming space, specifically in the UK, the amount of people, you got microphones that sound like jet engines taking off. They have no face cam. There's no visual stimulus besides the gameplay, and if there is, it's just overdone. You see the people who have all the gifts we've ever received just scattered all over the screen.
Yeah.
Holy shit, can we not? Well, first of all, it makes you look a bit of an asshole, flexing your wealth, and second of all, it just looks garbage. Can we bring back again quality?
I think some people, some people with gameplay streams, they're playing the game anyway, and they say, "Oh, I'll just go live," and they that's it.
They have no.
They just click go live, and they play the game as if they're not live.
Yes,
and I think a lot of the streams on TikTok as well,
straight in silence.
They would never do it, but if you want high quality content, just ban phone streams.
Yes, we're never going to.
But they make so much money from it, so they're never going to do that. But yeah, if it was quality alone, you just stop the streams with people that are I don't know, say you're at a sleepover at your mate's house. People these days
people just set up live like it's FaceTime.
Yeah, or Omegle.
Yeah, it's live. Yeah, we're only 2 generations removed from beating our meat on webcam. Omegle, Chaturb. We're not far away from that area of content. That is what TikTok Live is.
See, that's not weird for us because we were the underage people that were getting targeted on there back then.
I mean, I hate referring to us as targeted. That sounds really bad. I know. I'll leave you on this point on that front. We talked about the mobile phone situation earlier, and the generation we grew up in. This is never going to make it into a TikTok clip because it is definitely not allowed on the platform.
Yeah.
But I remember my first encounter with corn.
So do I. Actually,
I remember I had older friends at the time, and back then there was no internet safety procedures, there was no online safety, however it's called.
Yeah.
There was no VPN requirement. It was just anywhere you go on the internet, you're like 3 clicks away.
did you go looking for it?
I was laughing.
Did you go looking for it?
You're only 3 clicks away from a dick at any given time. Did I go looking for it? I didn't need to because it was so it was so abundant.
Because I'm only a little bit. I'm a little bit older than you, but not much.
I like 12 months.
Exactly.
How you're 27 now?
Yeah, I'm 28 a month. Come on.
Okay, so maybe like 18 months older, but
I remember my 2 occasions. So
one, remember to get the clip. Pickapixel talks about his first porn experience.
So we'll call the first one a soft launch. Wow.
It's like firing a blank.
No, so basically I must have been about 8 or 9 at the time, and I was around my friend's house. And this is soft launch because it was very tame. We would just Google like boobs or something like that. But the time I actually first came across that, I remember, is because it was on YouTube, not the content, but there was a trend on YouTube where, you know, we spoke about pretty privilege and all that. It exists. It definitely exists. And back in the day, there was a trend on YouTube. I don't know if you remember it, called Reply Girls. And basically, YouTube used to have video responses where you could literally make a video and submit it as a video response to, say, the biggest creator's video, and it would display in the comments of that video, so you could get lots of views or whatever. So Reply Girls would offer nothing of substance. They just have their boobs basically out and make a response video to this big video and get loads of views because, you know, they were basically naked. But then I saw
2008 elections, and it's just some girl with tits out in the comment.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like that.
McCain versus Obama. It was just some e-girl. Sorry, continue.
And it was always obviously it was like grainy webcam kind of footage.
Yeah.
But I saw the comments on one of these Reply Girl videos, and it said you should do YapTube, and I was like, wait on a minute.
Oh God.
I know YouTube, but what's YapTube? So I've been forced to look. So I looked it up, and that was how I first saw that stuff. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, makes sense.
I remember.
So it was not malicious.
No.
If anyone that knows me sees this, I was 12 for one. Obviously now you can't do that.
No, Online Safety Act. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't cover everything. There is some stuff that's still outside of a scope.
You vetted it.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge of internet safety procedure, guys. I remember when I was on that phone, the old Nokia. I remember you had like internet access through a very like rudimentary like 2G level of like internet access. So we're talking like not even Flash. We're talking like static web pages. Yeah, just about. The web pages were very, very poor. I mean, nothing was optimized yet for web.
Yeah.
It was all internet, but it's been pulled down basically to mobile. If I used to go and watch this website, which was it was a pop culture and news site. It talked about music and films and TV. Right. It was called Zap. So you type in like Zap, and you go and view like the latest Zap videos. Like, hey guys, it's Pixel from Zap, and we're talking about Robert Pattinson in Twilight, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
But I accidentally one day missed the P, and it was just ZA. Now, ZA doesn't actually refer to anything I can think of that's bad, but
pizza.
On the the Orange Network, so it was Orange back in the day, Orange Network search results, it brought up a I don't know what I can say on the video, so this might get censored in the actual final cut. I will definitely get censored. I'll tell you, it was an Indian lady getting and she's just like there, just like holding it, and like one in every hole.
Oh my! Just typing ZA.
Yeah, that's my like. I'm
Outrageous.
took of it, and that's the first thing I see. I'm like, oh my god! And it's just mental trauma. I remember
Yeah.
it. Like I remember the woman. Like I remember the picture.
Oh, what now she's doing?
What's she up to these days? There is absolutely no way that's allowed on YouTube, so that is definitely going to get flagged. And possibly be not made for kids ticked as well.
Although you should tick that button.
I think I do.
Not made for
I think I do all the time. Yeah.
If you tick, it's made for kids.
It goes on to children's YouTube, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen children's YouTube. It's just full of like bluey content and like anything. I can just imagine someone like making documentaries on bluey. Pixel. That is all I think we've got time for right now. It is 8 p.m. here in Sheffield. It's been a long time. It's been a long work day. We need to get some food. We need to get sorted out. We're getting dinner. What have you ate yet?
I have not eaten.
We're having Dave's Hot Chicken tomorrow, so we shouldn't have Dave's Hot Chicken, but
We'll figure something out.
we should get some. Oh, we should get shawarma. Oh my god, Rettles, bro. Rettles comes to Sheffield just for the shawarma. I'm telling you right now, bro. The shawarma place I go to, like, I put everyone on that shawarma game, and the Broccoli community, everyone loves it, and the CS players as well. Heavy God, G2 Heavy God, when he was on Endpoint when he started his career, big ass Israeli man, like bigger than me. I'm a big fucking boy, right? Heavy God, clues in the name. Heavy God. He has a shawarma. Loves a shawarma. Have you ever heard of it? It's not Mexican. It is a Middle Eastern wrap. It's like chicken or lamb with salad and sauce in like the fluffiest naan bread you'll ever have. It sounds. You don't look super excited, but I tell you right now,
it doesn't sound like something I would like enjoy.
You a picky eater?
I suppose so. I guess so. I eat the same thing all the time.
Right, chicken tikka. Like chicken tikka? Like chunks of chicken tikka.
It's all right, I guess.
We'll look at the menu. Appreciate it. You have a fantastic time. We've got media tomorrow, so we're up. I'm up early. I don't know about you, but I'm up hella early. I'll see you tomorrow from the media. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Anything you want to shout out, feel free. On my 200 subs, I'm sure I can get you one extra towards a million.
Yeah, shout out Pickapixel. Shout out Jamie.
Guys, I appreciate it. If you haven't already, consider hitting subscribe, like, and drop a comment who we should bring on the podcast next in this exciting esports and content creator space. Until then, have a wonderful time. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Peace.
Now we're going to talk to each other, and it's going to like fade to black. Yeah. And it's going to be all zoomed out.
Right there with the classic, both of us laughing. That's perfect.
Absolutely, yeah.
We take a sip of this. There it is. That's the money shot.
Oh, nice. And clap applause.
Yeah.
Amazing.